So I did a little crazy thing. We took our newborn daughter and our 5-year-old tent camping in Northern Ontario at a beautiful provincial park. And you know what? It was actually so great. We made wonderful family memories. And I always come away wanting to paint this spot. I did a little painting last year. I actually painted that on site. Wasn't my best, but we're going to tackle it again now that I'm home. Here's my desk setup. And the key to any new subject, any subject at all really, I think is always just to not overcomplicate things. And for me, that starts by working small. So I've blocked out a little rectangle in the center of the page using my washi tape. You can also use masking tape. And then we just begin by using a pencil to capture the major areas. And I've started with the point, the rocky point, and then for all those pine trees, I'm just placing vertical lines. That's it. We'll add the horizon in there. It's sort of just that little low rectangle of trees that are really too small to see. Okay, so you can see how easy and simple this is. And we've got the rock down in the front. That's it. That's all I'm going to put in pencil. And I'm not going to overcomplicate it, I hope, once I begin painting, once I add the paint. So I've got my little Shayda Campbell watercolor set here. You could use any little watercolor palette. And for the sky, I'm mixing white with a little indigo and a little bit of Payne's gray. I've decided not to do that bright blue sky. I want to capture more of a Northern Ontario sky, and anyone from Canada is going to recognize this color palette. Like sometimes the sky in the north is so bright, it's almost whitish blue, and then the clouds will be more blue. Anyway, you'll see what I mean. I'm mixing up a warm gray for the rock in front. So that is white Payne's gray with a little brown in it, a little burnt umber. Nice warm gray, and just filling in the area with my filbert brush. You could also use a round brush for this. I decided to add a few darker marks while it was wet. And then I'm filling in the rock of the point. And the filbert is good for that because you can turn it on its edge to get those smaller areas. I'll also mix in a little more gray and a little more brown to darken that color. And then I can add a few dark marks while it is wet. Same thing with the sky. I'm going to add those darker blue clouds while the area is lightly wet. It's almost like you can't see the clouds. They're sort of barely there. And then we need to fill in our water. Again, I'm using the filbert. I can make nice flat horizontal brush strokes. And this color is indigo and Payne's gray with lots of water. The water in the north is often almost like this translucent black. Canadians will know what I mean. So I just put down this very, very light blue-black color. I'm adding a few more marks to the rock in the front. So I've mixed up just some kind of brownish light grays, and I'm just hitting my filbert against the paper to see kind of what marks I can make to help my rock look. And then as the water area begins to dry but is still lightly wet, I'm using my filbert again to do both wide marks, so flat marks with the whole of the brush, and then thinner marks with the edge of the brush. The filbert is really nice for getting that look of water, but I also don't want to add a lot of detail. Remember, we're keeping it simple, so just a few marks will give you the look of that lake. And to get that darker blue-black, it's just the same mix of color, indigo and gray, with less water. And then finally, now that our sky is dry, we can add the green area for the trees. And I've mixed a bit of sap green and hooker's green with burnt umber. So nice brownish, warm green. And then to darken it, I mixed like a little bit more hooker's green in there. You can even add a little indigo, but you can see I'm just using wet into wet. So letting the two different greens kind of meld a little, and I'm just mark making to fill in the area of the trees. So just sort of hitting that filbert against the paper, making some larger marks, making some smaller thin marks up towards the top of the tree line. But again, we're thinking simple. We're not going to overcomplicate this. And for the horizon, I've got like a super dark green. So mix a little more burnt umber in, mix a little indigo in if you want it cooler. And we just fill in that low rectangle of trees that creates the horizon. And that is it for the watercolor. We'll let the painting dry completely. Use a hairdryer if you have to. And then we're going to come in with our colored pencil. So this is another example of how I keep a subject really simple. basic sketch, watercolor just to get that swath of color on there. Blue lake, gray rock, green tree. And then when it dries, we use a secondary media, could be pencil or marker, and we add just a little bit of detail. You don't have to get carried away here. For example, what that looks like is I've added some sketchy lines and dots to the main rock in the foreground to add texture. For the trees, I'm doing some like little sketchy green scribbles, as well as brown scribbles actually, to help add depth to the tree line, to the trees on the point. And then I've added just a few tree, like pine tree details up on the tips of the pine trees. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Just some sketchy, scribbly greens and browns. You can see me kind of adding a little bit here, a little bit there. I added a little bit of gray to the rock on the point. And then I took my white pastel and just added like a hint of pastel along where the rock meets the lake. Few more dark gray rocky bits there, and then we get to do the most fun step, which is taking off that tape, and we've got this cute little painting. Like, doesn't that color palette look so Canada, so Northern Ontario? I just love it. I added like a hint more blue to the cloud, and we are done. Thanks for watching today, friends. I love that I was able to bring home a little piece of my vacation. These truly are the best souvenirs. When Sully saw this, he sat down and did 2 of his own drawings of the provincial park and the beach. If you like my art style, remember I have a book coming out this fall. You can grab that for pre-order. Pre-orders are so important to the success of the book, so I will love it if you could order your copy now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon with a new tutorial.